Want to step in my hand? Use it for a ladder? Jump up. Jump up. Get on your toes.
Just walked up the ladder. Just walked up the ladder.
Just got up the ladder.
That's it. Hey, lad, I took you jump in the water.
Big long road. You got a few of them in the band, eh?
What's that?
You got a few of them playing?
One ring.
I mean, how many are playing in total?
Oh,
So you guys got a relative playing? Or?
my son is my brother.
Your uncle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's he play?
The violin.
Terrific.
Oh, there.
Right now. And the guy's moving piano as well. Well done. I'd now like to introduce another one of our special guests this evening.
That boy.
A gentleman that knows very well this is the best city in all of Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Dean Horton.
Good evening, everyone. And what a truly an amazing and wonderful evening we have, and that we're really going to get. It is my pleasure to be sort of part of the pre-warm-up. You can hear our symphony in the background. But I do want to start by formally acknowledging that we are gathered today on the traditional territories of the Esquimalt and Songhees First Nations. On their behalf, on behalf of Mayor and Council, Heichka, welcome to this, the 25th Symphony Splash. We have an amazing city, and it is the people, both on the stage and out among you watching, that make our city special. We are a provincial capital, and we are proud to be a cultural capital. A capital where people come out to have an evening like this. This is the largest outdoor symphony concert in Canada. No one else shows up like Victoria. So you are going to hear an incredible pianist playing. You're going to hear an incredible symphony. You're going to hear and see an amazing conductor. And my job is actually to help warm you up so when they come on at 7:30 that you're ready to just hit it. And so we're going to do a little practice right now with your help to warm up welcoming them. So on behalf of the citizens of Victoria, will you please give a pre-welcome for Jeremy Kim, for Tanya Miller, and the orchestra. Let's go, woo-woo! Man, are you guys sure you're not a rock and roll crowd? You're really good. Thank you. On behalf of Mayor and Council of the City of Victoria, we are an amazing capital, we're an amazing city. You are what makes it special. Tonight is what makes it special. Thank you. We hope you have an amazing evening. Take care.
Thank you, Mayor Dean Horton. For all of you on Twitter, hashtag woo woo. Let's get that trending right across the country. Let all of Canada know this is the best place. Hashtag woo woo. Oh, sorry, I said it. Dean's saying I'm doing it wrong. Woo woo. Oh, woots woots. There we go. This is why the mayor is cooler than I am. We are here to woot, and we are here to celebrate the Victoria Symphony. This is a free event, as you know. There is an opportunity for you to donate by buying or donating for a splash button. No doubt there's a lot of people around you who are already wearing one. They're lovely, they're souvenirs. You may be asking where the money goes. If you don't mind, this is where the money goes. It goes to reaching 145,000 people who will hear these amazingly talented people throughout the year. The money will go to connecting with 12,000 kids through the Symphony's education and outreach programs, including education concerts, musicians in schools, masterwork classes, the instrument petting zoo that happened over on the lawn of the Empress earlier today, Symphony story time, and so much more. The reason the Symphony can do all this is because it is Vancouver Island's largest performing arts organization, performing more than 100 times a year. The Symphony is also a registered charity, and it is the beneficiary of the proceeds from today and tonight's fundraising efforts. And of course, the Symphony is who's putting on this amazing event as well. I'm about to read a list of individuals and businesses who help support this event. To be perfectly frank, this is going to be the most boring part of the evening right now. And you may be thinking, oh, this is when I can get some food, this is when I can talk to my friends, this is when I can visit the washroom. This is not like the Academy Awards when the accountants come up and prove that the voting is good, or when the Academy president comes on at the Academy Awards. This is not like that, which is legitimately boring. I'm going to read a long list of people, and please, if you don't mind, do listen, because these are the organizations that make this event happen, along with you, of course. So, the Splash premier sponsors include the Alan and Lorraine Vander Kerkhoff Family Foundation, the Victoria Symphony Splash Band of Heroes. We met them earlier on the stage, and they truly are heroes. Community sponsors make this all possible as well. So the Symphony would like to thank Tourism Victoria, Island Asphalt Company, C-SPAN, Splash's Bath and Kitchen Center, Thrifty Foods, Rawmax, Greater Victoria Harbour Authority. A big round of applause to them, please. And to our Splash premier sponsors as well. Our event partners also make a meaningful contribution to Splash, supplying much needed in-kind and financial support whenever possible. They include Everything Wine, the Leslie and Murray Glazier Young Musicians Fund through the Victoria Foundation, Driftwood Brewery, Salt Spring Tours, Sport Ball, Chateau Victoria, Robert Bateman Centre and Parks Canada, Slag Lumber, the Ocean River Sports, the Victoria Marriott Inner Harbour.
Right there, I think.
Also like to thank the media sponsors, the Times Colonist, Ocean 98.5 and Jack FM, and CTV Vancouver Island. The Symphony would also like to thank their government partners who also contribute to Victoria Symphony Splash, the BC Arts Council, the Province of British Columbia, the Canada Council for the Arts, CRD, Canadian Heritage, and the City of Victoria. Like I said, it's a long list. It may seem like a boring list, but frankly, the fact that this list is so long is so impressive that there are so many great organizations and great businesses and great individuals who, along with you, are making this event, like the folks right in front of me, worthy of a cheer with their hopefully plastic wine glasses. So a big round of applause to all those individuals who are making this such an extraordinary event. Please, thank you. And again, thank you to all those who will be either dropping some money into a donation box or buying one of those $5 buttons. I mentioned at the beginning of this, hashtag Woot Woot. If you would like to follow this on Twitter, you can keep the conversation going with hashtag Splash2014. Again, hashtag Splash2014. And I'll be tweeting some backstage pictures as well throughout the evening. We're now going to take a few moments for a sound check, because you know it sounds great once the orchestra starts playing.
Excuse me. I'm filming, so try not to bang the camera.
Okay, let me move out of here.
I've been here about 2.5 hours waiting. Let me get out of your way. Thanks. Sure.
Okay, take a quick look. Thank What's that?
Getting a little tired?
Yeah.
Sit in the chair. Lean against the wall.
Oh, yeah.
When you sit in your butt, sit on the floor. I did it. It's not that hard. There you go. This is now you're cooking.
There we go. That was C for you.
We are moments away from the big event, the 25th annual Victoria Symphony Splash. If you're just joining us, my name is Adam Sawatsky. I'm from CTV Vancouver Island. Once again, so proud to be sponsoring this extraordinary event. Thank you. I wish you could see you right now, because this sounds horribly cheesy, but trust me, I'm being so genuine. You look so beautiful tonight. This is an amazing, amazing view. So thank you so much for me, and on behalf of the orchestra. You guys look extraordinary tonight. So thank you so much for being here. The reason this talented group of people is here is to entertain you, is to provide a soundtrack for this incredible evening. And I know you want to do something for them as well. You've been able to come in here, haven't had to, pay any money, no admission. This is the biggest symphony splash ever. There's like a whole choir over there who will be performing. It takes a lot to put this on. And so just a reminder, I see somebody in a kayak there. You have a blue sticker, right? That means that you've donated. Thank you very much for that. There are people collecting donations all the way around the Inner Harbor. There she is, right there. Somebody in a kayak doing it too. The orchestra, the symphony knows what they're doing. Thank you so much in advance for donating. There's pins that are just $5. Think $5. You lose $5 in change. That's 2 toonies and a loonie. You lose that in your couch when you're renting a movie. Well, you can't even rent a movie for $5, but you would lose that type of money in your change. You spend more than that on a cup of coffee, and this incredible group of musicians will be performing for 2 hours for you tonight. Tanya Miller will be conducting for 2 hours, and if you think of, you should see the biceps on her. It's extraordinary. To be able to move your arms like this for 2 hours, it's incredible. So thank you in advance during the intermission for going and picking up a pin for $5 or just donating what you can afford into some of the boxes. There's a great group of volunteers who are helping out this evening, so thank you in advance for your donations. Now, this is my favorite moment. They just did their sound check, right? You heard them do all their stuff? If you don't mind, if we could just do your sound check before. So, if I could hear the folks on the lawn of the ledge, let the orchestra hear you, please. And And the people along the causeway, please. Very nice. And we haven't forgotten you over on the lawn in front of the Empress. Well done. And the boats behind the barge. We know you're there too. That's amazing. Now, like the orchestra does, let's get all those... Oh, I'm sorry. My close friends. Literally close friends. Here on the water. Let's outdo all those guys. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! And now, all together, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for your victorious symphony and Maestra Tanya Miller!
Good evening, everyone. How are you doing tonight? What a great celebration tonight, the 25th Symphony Splash. I can't believe it. I can't believe that it is such a perfect night. What could be better than this beautiful, beautiful weather, this enormously beautiful harbor that we're in, and to start out with the O Canada that we just did. I want to take a moment to thank Brian Wismith, the director of Vox Humana, and Friends, the choir, who are our special guests tonight. Let's give them a big hand. And mostly, I want to thank all of you for being a part of this concert. You've always inspired us over the years with your O Canada and the spirit of what it's like to sing all together in this beautiful place, in this celebratory place together. I can scarcely believe that 25 years ago, the Victoria Symphony decided to put on a special concert to thank the community. 25 years ago, they had a small barge. They had a few small speakers on the front of the barge. There were no bathrooms, so people ran in and out of the Empress. And they expected maybe a couple of hundred, maybe 1,000 people. And wouldn't you know, that very first time, thousands and thousands of you came out, and for 25 years after, it has been the great legacy of this community to celebrate all of us together in this beautiful place at Symphony Splash. I want to take a moment to thank those first people who brought Symphony Splash to us. The then board chair, Murray Glazier, the executive director of the symphony, Stephen Smith, and the music director at the time, Peter McCoppin. Please join me in thanking them for our Symphony Splash. And so now, this concert is about the celebration. This concert is meant to be a sense of party, a sense of celebration for all that we are, for the greatness of this community, and most especially for the spirit of what all of you are in what has become the one and the only Symphony Splash. hopefully you got warmed up a little bit with that one. And it's only going to get warmer because now you cannot have any great party without the dance bacchanal, probably the wildest music ever written. In fact, the dance bacchanal is a celebration of the god Bacchus. Bacchus, the god of wine. Now, you guys are world-renowned for being the very best well-behaved crowd of all outdoor concerts. So don't let this little party piece about wine get you too excited. I know you're much better behaved than that. But this is a piece about the tall, strapping, good-looking, long-haired Samson and the seductress Delilah, who tries to find out what the secret of his power is. And in this dance bacchanal, she starts off by seducing him with an oboe solo. And if you can see Mike up here, he has lots of flowing veils on and he looks very seductive. Well, the dance music starts, the party starts to begin, the wine starts to flow, and the dance becomes more and more frenzied. But then we come to a middle section, which is rather X-rated. This is the part where Samson and Delilah decide to go into a next-door room and get to know each other a little bit better. Well, this is the part, for any of you that are 13 and under, you should maybe close your ears for this one part. Then they come back to the main dance. The party is really uproarious at this time. Everything is wild, and I would say it finishes with one of the wildest frenzies of all orchestral music. We hope you enjoy this part of the celebration with the dance bacchanal. one of the great things about Splash that I love so much too are the traditions that people make around Symphony Splash. Only this morning I placed my chairs out in the lower causeway in the same place I always do, and I met with the same families that are always there year after year, and I've come to look forward to seeing them, to look forward to seeing all of you coming again and again and making your own traditions around Splash. The traditions are even a part of my own family. My own family comes here every single time. Just on Thursday, my husband and my kids came to join me here in Victoria. Today, my in-laws came and my parents came. Cousins and aunts from Saskatchewan have been here. In fact, everybody has moved in for Splash. In fact, I found that I have to go on a barge in front of 40,000 people to have any peace and quiet. So now it is my... No, it's not. We're arguing about order of things here. But what we have next is something that's very, very special, which is the Young Splash Soloist. And the Young Splash Soloist is one of the great long-standing traditions of all time. And I'm very pleased to tell you that this year, the Young Splash Soloist has been, for the first time, the youngest ever. Mr. Eric Lynn is only 9 years of age, if you can believe it. How many out of you out there in the crowd are 9 years or younger? Oh yes, I see. Some of you that really don't look 9 years old to me. Eric is a wonderful, charming little guy. I wish all of you could meet him. He's very funny, he's very charming with people, he's very easy with people. And what I love most of all is his extreme passion with the music, his extreme dedication to the piano that he is performing. Eric has a wonderful teacher, and one that is very dedicated, has brought many students to this Splash stage, and that is Ingrid Henderson. And I also want to very much be thankful to the Leslie and Murray Glazier Foundation for their support over the years, each and every year, for our Young Splash Soloists. Let's give them a hand as well, please. When I think of the impact that Splash has had on many young people, the opportunity to perform for all of you, it really is truly a blessing. And now I think we're just getting everything set up. Piano sounds good. What do you think? All right. And let me please welcome to the stage to perform Haydn's Piano Concerto in C major. This is 9-year-old Eric Lynn. feel to be up here with all these 40,000 people?
Awesome.
Does it feel really, really awesome?
Yeah. Yes.
If we asked you to play another piece of music, would you play one more piece for us?
Yes.
What is the name of this piece?
Variations on a Russian folk song.
And if you were going to say one word about what it's like to play on a beautiful night here in Victoria, to make great music, what would you say? How does the music make you feel?
Awesome.
He loves that word. All right, so we're going to play, Eric is going to play Variations on a Russian Folk Song. Been to the beach yet all summer. He's been practicing. I told him that tomorrow he must go to the beach. I hope you'll listen to me, right, Eric? You'll go to the beach tomorrow? That's excellent. Well, I bet you a lot of you guys out there are young people just like Eric. How many of you out there are inspired by Eric? If you're like what you consider to be a kid, I want you to shout out at me and say, "Yay!" Now I'm not talking about the old kids that act like kids. I'm talking about the real kids. Where are the real kids out there? I want to hear you shouting.
7, 8, 9.
Come on, where's Steve Jacob? Where's Tallulah?
Got a future, right?
Where's Matthew? Where's Ben?
He's got a future.
Where are all these kids? Let's hear you again. Now, I know you kids are tired of sitting still and behaving perfectly, aren't you? We've had enough of that stuff. It's time to get back to the party. It's time to have some fun. Do you guys want to go for a ride with us? Is that a yes? All right. Well, what I want you to do is I want you to get out your horse. I want you to get on the horse. And I want you to hang on. Because here we go. or anything like that? You kept it under control? All right. Well, I am so excited right now. Do you know why? We have an amazing conductor coming up here to conduct now. In fact, I'm very excited to introduce you to the next new talented conductor. In fact, we're putting her on trial tonight, and if she conducts really, really well, I hear that there's an opening with the Berlin Philharmonic. Now, this lady is Dr. Lydia Wingate, Maestra Wingate now. And Lydia is retired, but if you saw her, she is the most elegant, youthful woman. I am sure she's going to start her career right over again, starting tonight when she conducts this opening piece and gets that amazing feeling of what it's like to conduct an orchestra in front of 40,000 people in her blood. She'll never be able to let it go. And, you know, I want to tell you that she is a really good conductor. We've enjoyed our rehearsals with her so much. So, at this point, I want to tell you that the reason she's conducting is because she bid on an auction item at a fundraising event to support the symphony and the opera in this community. And first of all, I want to thank her for supporting our orchestra. And secondly, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the past 25 years of supporting this orchestra at Symphony Splash. It is an extraordinary, challenging event to put together. You can imagine how much we need your support and how important it is. And what you have done for us over the past 25 years is to have created a legacy. The legacy of this Symphony Splash is all yours. The fact that we are here again 25 years later, and hopefully for 25 years to come, falls very much in the hands and with the love of this community. So I want to take that moment to thank you for these past 25 years. And now for the timeless part of every traditional Symphony Splash. Please join me in welcoming to the stage for our Radetzky March, Maestra Lydia Wingate. Wasn't she wonderful? Thank you, Maestra. Thank you. Well, you guys did a very nice job of clapping as well. I commend you all. You kept the beat very, very well. You've been practicing every year. We finish the first part of our program before the intermission with one last piece. And the inspiration for this next piece was actually my 13-year-old nephew, Hugh Miller, who is, like a lot of young people these days, very much in love with video games. But in the case of Hugh, he also loves the music from the video games, and so many people really do. We have a video game suite that we're going to play for you, which includes the music from Halo, from Civilization 4, from Bounty Hunter, and from Kingdom Hearts. And I dedicate this music to Hugh, but to all of you out there, all of you young people that enjoy video games and enjoy this kind of music. This one is for you.
You know that one? She's a violinist. I think it's a good thing if she doesn't have that. But she's a violinist. Oh, really?
Give me 5. Have a good trip. You guys got to drive all the way up there tonight?
Oh, we're staying.
Wow.
See you later.
See you, man. Just give me 5. There you go. Have fun. Have a good sleep in your car on your way up.
There he is on the right. Just a
What if you're in the middle of the kayak crowd? What if you were in the middle?
Mason's waving to us.
Is he waving?
Yeah.
Is it towards the end?
Yeah, on the right hand side there.
But I told him we were on the wall.
Close to the
there he
stairs.
is.
Great. He's calling? Tell him we got him on video right now. Tell him to behave.
Hello. They're saying hey. What's that? Nope.
How's the sound up there?
Pretty good. How about you? Can you hear anything? What's that thing that keeps going up and down behind the symphony? Yeah. Something that shoots up. It looks like a big giant ball and then it goes back down.
That's maybe we can play you two or Tom Petty.
Oh, it's a camera. Oh, okay. I was wondering what it was.
They're taking video footage.
Oh.
Silent though, no sound.
Oh, silent, no sound.
They're
Weird.
gonna use it for like
Oh, neat. Okay.
Tell him we got the real thing.
Yeah, we got the real thing over here. We have our own video camera guy.
He's gonna send them.
They just left. Yeah. So they're heading. Yeah, they're getting tired. Okay, well you better eat your
That's when they
sandwiches.
can slip a you two or Tom Petty on.
What's that?
You two or Tom Petty. No luck?
He just laughed.
Yeah. No, they're really good. No rock?
He said rocking in the free world.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway,
Yeah, you guys gonna do any of that?
send something out to your parents.
The video game was honored at the end.
Oh, really? Anyway. Okay, talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye. But my phone's dying, by the way. Maybe you might want to get
Use
one.
mine.